Hi Gemini, welcome to the full moon in Cancer reading for December 26, 2023. Full moons close out cycles. You are closing out a December cycle here, and we're doing that with, I think this is a very interesting card for this situation. 7 Spirit Ascended Masters. So very interesting with Gemini because Gemini is considered the lower mind, not in a negative way, but they're busy with the things of the earth. And that's why the King of Pentacles for me is the Gemini card, because they are master of the physical world, their physical reality. And so to have the Ascended Masters and Spirit and number 7, 7 is closest to God. It's a highly spiritual number. Maybe you have a religious revelation or you just feel the spirit. But there can also be information that comes your way. It can be dropped in your head. Maybe you're reading something, but Ascended Masters, interesting. Interesting. Not to say that Geminis can't be spiritual. That's not what I mean at all. But they're just usually very busy with the things of the earth, right? They're great at making money. They're great communicators. So maybe there's something that you need to communicate from the higher mind. That's the direction the reading is going in, but your focus for the next 2 weeks is the World card. Interesting because you have the 4 cardinal signs here, which are elevated. This is the graduation card. This can be that we are traveling, but it is also the end of a large cycle for you and a level up to a new cycle. However, there can be some blocks, or you may have to clean a few things up before you move on to the next cycle. That's the World card. The Magician starts off with one of these wands in one hand. By the time this is the last card in the deck, by the time you've gone through the entire cycle, you're more balanced and you have command of both sides, right? And you are middle path. You understand things from both sides of a situation. And that's ascension, really. You have less judgment. You see things from both sides, so you don't blame. There's no blame. There's a deeper understanding with the World card. It is definitely a completion and a level up. It's the graduation card. Okay. I'm going to lay out all the cards first. The first column is what the full moon is closing out for you, or where you find yourself at the time of the full moon. Nice 8 number there, so I like the 8 of Pentacles and the 2 of Wands. The center column is you and how you are dealing and behaving with in this situation. 5 of Swords is a difficult card. 5 always brings instability. And another 8, so there's some power, some energy here. Then the last column is probable outcome. Probable because some things we can change, some things we cannot with the Hanged Man. It's not in our hands. But that's because they are things that we want to experience. There's the Magician with one of those wands in his hands. Interesting. Okay. Which indicates to me a new cycle that is starting, that you will be quite focused on. Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves. 8 of Pentacles, 2 of Wands. What is being closed out can be something with work or health related, financial related. 8 of Pentacles is my healthy wallet, healthy work card. It is removing all distraction and getting some work done. And this can be in regards to something new that you want to set up. Now, the 2 of Wands, wands are about your passions and ideas, right? Something that you're passionate about. something that you want to move on, something it's a spark, right? It's a spark, an internal spark that motivates you. It can be your motivation. But two is duality. And so one thing may have already been established while we're looking to begin something new, or we maybe want to add on to something that's already been established, right? But we're sort of in the planning stages. However, we're working quite hard towards that. This is work. It's a lot of work. It's work you like to do. So it's probably not a hassle or anything like that. But it is a lot of work. It can be overtime. And you're probably making some good money or considering that towards the future. You may be wondering also this new thing, where it kind of belongs out in the world. You can be looking out to see how other people are doing it. Let's say you have a new idea and you're saying, oh, well, how do other people set it up? Or if it's a business or that sort of thing, how is somebody else doing it? You can be looking out into the larger world to see how it's done, where your passion, it's kind of like the next step, because the Ace of Wands is that new idea, that new passion, that new impetus. The Two of Wands is saying, okay, in what direction am I taking this? What am I going to do with this? And two is duality, so there's always some choice here. But for sure, there's a lot of work behind it. You're good at it, though. The eight of Pentacles is you're good at what you do. And again, that's because you're focused. Eight is focus. Let's go ahead and pull a card there. Seven of Swords. Yeah, strategizing. Definitely. And it is, I really do feel like you're looking out to see how other people are doing it. So he's taking these five swords away from the enemy's camp so that they can't be used against him. So there's some strategy going on here. Sometimes it's open enemies. It doesn't have to be, and I don't see anything here that indicates that. But we'll look at that Magician card. However, that Five of Swords that I'm looking at can be some dodgy dealings. When the 5 and the 7 come up together, there may be some people you have to, watch your back or watch your situation. Maybe you're planning something here with work that you don't want anybody to know about, or you're kind of keeping it under wraps until it's fully developed, because these are plans. But again, maybe we don't want to reveal everything just yet. And we're definitely doing some strategizing with that Seven of Swords. You have the Five of Swords and the Eight of Cups, and these are two kind of difficult cards. The Five of Swords is dramas that are being played out, and it is, well, informing you that your words have impact. Now, it's in your position, you and how you're behaving. So you do want to mind your words. And if you don't want drama to play out around you, Gemini, mind your words, right? Leave your ego at home. That's what the card says, not me. But you can get what you want. However, it may not be the way you want it. It is something that is hard won. But again, it's not a full win because somebody's left out. Somebody's in pain. You've caused some trauma or difficulty, or they've caused it to you, right? And so it's not a full win. The Eight of Cups is putting a lot of, remember, eight is power. It's a power and focus. I mean, your focus is power. So the Eight of Cups is walking away from a situation with a bit of a heavy heart. It may have been something that you enjoyed, and maybe it was work that you loved to do, or it brought you joy, or it brought you a good amount of money at some point, but it's not doing the same thing that it used to. And so we're leaving it behind with the understanding that we can do better, strive harder, reach higher ground, that kind of energy. But that doesn't mean that it isn't with a bit of a heavy heart. And again, because we have that moon there, we may not be 100% sure of how it's going to turn out. there's just some melancholy with the Eight of Cups. And with that Five of Swords, it's a difficult card. For me, the Five of Swords is the worst card in the deck. I don't like it at all, next to the Hierophant. But it's five, right? So five is changeable. Five is the energy that pushes us to find balance. It makes us so uncomfortable that we're like, okay, I got to do something about this. And so we do. And it seems to me like what we do in this situation is walk away from something with a bit of a heavy heart. Let me pull another card for that. So we're going. Yeah, I think we do have to be careful of our temper here, because the red is really calling to me, and red can be. I mean, it's red is a caution color. It's a cautionary color. Be careful, right? Stop. Okay. Four of Pentacles. Yeah. This is holding on to something. Even though I think we have to walk away, there is this feeling of holding on. This is the Sun in Capricorn card. Four of Pentacles is like trying to hold on. I feel like we're in an awkward situation, though. And because we're in an awkward situation, and I say that because look at it, I always get this with this card. It's holding on to something because we're in an awkward situation. And but this is the empowerment card. Sun in Capricorn is about empowering himself, empowering others, and we may be trying to settle or situate ourselves with good, strong foundations. This can be the Miser card, however. So you can be holding back here because this is you and how you're behaving. Now, it can be just to strengthen good, strong foundations, or it can just be that we have a fear of letting go, a fear of releasing something, a fear of, because what comes after the Four of Pentacles is the Five of Pentacles, and that is challenges that we face together. And this is somebody who's trying to hold on fast so that we don't have to go through those challenges. Okay. The outcome card, the probable outcome card, we have the Hanged Man and the Magician, two major arcana. You do have three major arcana here. And here's the interesting thing with the Ascended Masters and the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is the Norse god Odin, who gave up his eye for knowledge. And so, knowledge through the Ascended Masters, right? There is some big information that can come your way, whether that's through the Ascended Masters or not. There's some big information that can come your way that can really help you to start a new beginning, something new, and walk away from this difficult situation that you find yourself in. The Hanged Man is things are not in your hands at the moment. There is another perspective that you have to see before you can move on. This is an enlightening card because, as you can see, he has a halo around his head, but it's because you see things from another perspective. And so it's very possible that you need to see things from somebody else's perspective. Maybe it's the person who's giving you a hard time. What are they going through? That kind of thing. That may or may not be the situation. That's just an example. But the Hanged Man is definitely, there's some information that you will receive. And you're in a bit of a holding pattern right now, even with the World card. It is the graduation card. We are moving on, but there is something that we have to do first. Little things that we have to clean up before we move on to that next situation. And the Hanged Man is that things are not in your hands at this time. Now, we could just be waiting for the new year, right? For me, it's not the new year, but for most people it is. And so, businesses close, or, the office shuts down for a few days, and we have to wait until things start up again before we move on something. The Hanged Man does mean that if you wait and you wait with faith, you get what you want. But again, it might not be the way you want it. So we do have to be careful there. The Magician card, however, is your willpower. It's your focus. It is your vision and your concept. And this, for me, means that there is, I think, for your vision and concept of something that you want to start anew, or something that you're focused on, there is another perspective that you need to see, another side of the situation, or more information. And again, Ascended Masters really means that there's some good information that you need to look at, wait for, or find, or maybe imparted upon you. Yeah, because I have the Three of Wands here. Interesting. So the Three of Wands for me is, excuse me, the Three of Wands is people, situations that give you a leg up to move in new directions. So it can be workshops, it can be people that you are dealing with, it can be like books, self-help books, that kind of thing. It's something that helps you to move in new directions, but it gives you a leg up. It gives you a leg up over the competition, or and again, we're looking here at the Seven of Swords. So it's kind of looking to see what other people are doing, maybe even taking some of their ideas, which is not a negative thing. I don't think so. We don't live in a vacuum. And we should share ideas. So the Three of Wands is a really good card in that sense of looking for allies or finding allies. And in this case, you could be really focused on that. And again, with the Hanged Man, we're looking for some particular information or some missing piece of the puzzle here. This does feel cohesive to me. I do feel like it goes along one particular line, and this can have something to do with work, or something that you like, a creative endeavor, or something that you're busy with, especially with that allies card there, that Three of Wands, because we are looking to move in new directions here. And the World card is telling me that one cycle, one large cycle for you is definitely over. Okay. Nice. So I'm going to ask the cards, what does Spirit want me to know? Again, this is an old deck, but and it's a quite simple deck, but for me it holds a nice sentiment. What does Spirit want you to know? Future, let go of the past and move forward, which is exactly what we're doing here, right? Again, the World card is, you may be traveling. This is also the travel card, but I do feel like you're moving in new directions, and you are looking with an eye towards the future here. So I see that here with this card, and he's actually holding the world in his hand. So you may be looking to move to another city, state, country, or expanding your business outwardly to other places. And I do think that you will focus on people and situations that can help you to get a leg up, because I don't know, that Five of Swords really bothers me. I do want to pull a card for that then. Yep, new beginning. New beginning. And again, it may have been just something that was hard won with that Five of Swords. It was something that was difficult to come by, or difficult to get started in, difficult to move in that direction, to move in that new direction. The Ace of Wands is, again, like I said with the Two of Wands, right? It's that impetus, it's that spark that gets us moving, that gets us out of bed, that we're excited to work on, to move towards. So the future looks bright, I think, and whatever you're letting go of, we're definitely moving towards situations with an eye towards the future. Okay.